So now let's begin with the webinar. Any waste stream that enters our habitat has the potential to be converted into a revenue stream. We too can convert trash into cash, only if we allow ourselves to accept sustainable solutions. GPS tracking solutions have found its applications in many business sectors. Today, we want you to know how GPS tracking systems and telemetry data can help the waste management space as well. Our industrial and medical waste management webinar is just the perfect sequel to our domestic waste management webinar. Here too, we'll discuss ways to address the challenges faced by waste management businesses and see how Telemetrics Solution can help them. So thank you all for joining us today. By being here today and deciding to spend an hour with us, you have already made a greener, more sustainable choice for your business and our planet. So thank you for being here. Before starting the webinar, we would like you to know that this webinar is being recorded. The webinar recordings will be sent to you shortly after the webinar. However, I highly recommend you that you stay until the end, as we will be hosting a Q&A session where the speakers of today's webinar will answer all your questions. So please stay tuned. So let me take this opportunity and introduce the speakers for today. Starting off, I'm Amisha Dubey. I'm from the customer success team of Uffizio. I address all client needs and provide proactive solutions, helping them achieve most from our software services. And today, I'm co-hosting this webinar with Uffizio's esteemed channel partner, ANS IT India. Meera is very excited, I guess, for this webinar, and she is still on the mute.
Hello.
Yes, Meera, we would love to
Hi,
know
Amisha.
from you.
Thank you so much for the introduction. ANS IT India as a business development manager. It's pleasure to co-host this webinar with you, and surely we can maximize waste collection processes, and I'm eager to talk about that today.
Thanks, Meera. It's a meaning time. If you have any questions, you can drop them under the Q&A section, and our dedicated support team will get back to you. So as mentioned, today, we would be discussing how we can address the challenges to industrial solid waste and medical waste management with telematic solutions. Since we had a lot to do, let's start right away. Before we do, we'll look at the company profile that's of Uffizio and ANS. In the early 90s, a company started exploring the telematic industry and it wanted to provide some solutions to them, which can help their business as well. So it started providing different solutions. And who knew that the GPS devices and internet connectivity could do wonders? Slowly, its solution was recognized globally, and this company conducted successful business enterprises in more than 60 countries. Today, it has more than 50,000 happy customers with a 24/7 tech support team and open to customize attitude. This company has integrated more than 1,200 devices. Yes, that's my company, Uffizio, and I'm incredibly proud of what we have accomplished so far. We started our journey as a solution provider for fleet managers and transporters and have grown to provide dedicated solution to over 16 industries. That includes the agricultural sector, the pharmaceutical sector, and of course, the waste management sector. Now I'm very curious to know about ANS. Can you help us, Meera?
Sure, I would love to do that. For ANS, it's been 10 wonderful years in telematics industry. We are known to integrate hardware with highly adaptive software solutions. Our services have been designed to meet the changing need of global society. Apart from that, we provide dedicated 24/7 support to our clients for hardware as well as software related queries. Today, we are serving businesses across 12 different verticals, having footprints in more than 15 countries and sales of 350,000 devices. We have 12,000 happy clients and have implemented over 10,000 projects. And that speaks the quality and services of our solutions. products.
That was a great introduction, Meera. Thank you so much for letting us know about ANS. So now that we have introduced ourselves and our companies, let's jump onto the agenda of this webinar. So we know that managing industrial waste as well as the medical waste is extremely important. Our audience must be wondering why. Here are a few reasons to get started. Mismanaged waste leads to landfilling and ocean dumping. Unchecked waste management, especially the medical waste, can be a public health hazard. What do you think, Meera?
Amisha, our society is just coming out of a pandemic, right? And what most people don't realize is that managing COVID-19 waste was crucial to prevent further infections.
You're right. Waste management is very much important. And the tech sectors like the industrial and the medical sectors, they have very strict policies for this regarding the other sectors that we have. Before getting into how to manage the waste appropriately, I would like to take a moment and elaborate on what industrial waste exactly is. Industrial waste is a generalized term that includes all waste generated as a result of manufacturing process. This includes the paper, plastic, wood, cardboard, and scrap metals. Not all industry waste is toxic or hazardous, but certain types of industrial waste cannot be disposed of in the usual way. For example, the toxic or radioactive waste. They must be handled by professional waste management teams as they can cause health risk. Therefore, timely disposal of such infectious and toxic waste is extremely important. Did you know, Mira, that dumping the industrial solid waste into a land or an ocean, they are criminal offense in many of the countries? As mentioned, yes, dumping of industrial waste is not just harmful to the environment, but also to the people. However, so many countries of the world are still struggling to streamline their waste collection and disposal processes. And here's why. One of the biggest challenge to industrial waste management is segregation of waste at the source. For that, let me give you an example. Paper plums are decomposed in 2 to 6 weeks and can help increase soil fertility. If segregation is done right, a lot of industries will be able to reduce their carbon footprints. Another challenge is poor disposal habit. Industries tend to dump their waste into oceans, rivers, or lands. For this, I do have a fact as well. The world's biggest landfill is called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, and it's estimated that it has around 10,000 tons of plastic. That is somewhat equivalent to the size of 500 jumbo jets. Yes, that's true. Most industries hire a professional waste management business to handle their waste. This raises problem as there is a lack of visibility. The need for data at every step is important. So transparency from the point of collection to the final waste disposal is crucial. Lastly, waste management is a competitive business, meaning profit margins are razor thin. And the need to cut back unnecessary expenses is not just an advantage, but a much needed necessity. So this was all for the industrial solid waste. Now, as we are facing the COVID-19 pandemic, and we have a lot of medical waste collected every day. Many of the countries, they were even not prepared. So for that, I have Meera with me. Can you help us know this medical waste challenges that we face?
Sure, Amisha. This is because medical waste industry has always faced challenges in disposing waste safely and lowering waste management costs. But before we dig into addressing the challenges faced by the industry, let's understand what medical waste actually is. Medical waste includes subset of blood banks as well as medical research facilities and laboratories. For the purpose of this webinar, we have also considering pharma waste as a part of medical waste, which includes used, unused, expired, and thrown away medications. Amisha, while describing industrial waste, you have mentioned the importance of segregating waste at the source. Did you know that process is also applicable for medical waste?
Thank you so much, Meera. That's an insightful information.
Yes, I know. The Central Pollution Control Board of India determined that during the COVID-19 crisis, India generated about 146 tons of biomedical waste every day. Clearly, we are not able to manage this quantity of waste with safety and precautions. Here, we have some reasons why. The first challenge this industry is facing time sensitive disposal. The key to successful waste management is its timely collection as well as disposal. Exposed medical waste is the root cause of infections and disease. Besides, if medical waste does not reach to a treatment facility in time, it becomes a greater health hazard, and its scientific methods of disposal may cost more than estimated. Next challenge is improper waste collection methods. Improper management of medical waste, like discarded needles and other sharp tools, can cause a health risk to public as well as waste collectors. Used needles can transmit serious disease such as HIV and hepatitis. Next major contributing factor here is lack of awareness. Many laws surround the medical waste management process, and there are many industries who may not completely aware of them. Treating medical waste in compliances with the law is not only mandatory but also a good practice, as it eliminates the chance of infection. Lastly, in India, we do not have scientific methods of waste collection and management. Burning of medical waste is the most widely used treatment for biomedical waste. However, the resultant product of this process, that is toxic gases, are equally infectious. Some viruses are known to survive at higher temperature also and don't get destroyed by burning. Therefore, there is an urgent need for hospitals to adopt chemical treatments, microwave treatment, and inotization. So processed biomedical waste can be neutralized and can be infection free.
I guess we all learned a lot from you, Meera, regarding the whole medical waste segregation and the challenges that we face. So, as Meera mentioned as well, managing waste is important. And I know we keep saying that, but what does it actually mean? Let me explain that in detail. So, clearly, there is a serious consequences of improper waste management. And I guess that's why we keep saying that waste management is important. Among many consequences known to us, waste mismanagement causes the most damage to human health. Let me give you an example for that. Do you know what happens when a plastic water bottle is incorrectly sent to a landfilling or left at any other place to be absorbed by the soil? Yeah, the plastic water bottles take centuries to break down or decompose. And when they do, they release a harmful component that's known as diethyl hydroxylamine. In short, DEHA. DEHA is a carcinogen that which hurts our reproductive capabilities, causes liver dysfunctions, and even weight loss issues. What you say, Mira?
Health, with climate change, global warming, melting of glaciers are all consequences of improper waste management. Industries tend to leave a carbon footprint when they manufacture the goods. That means they are adding carbon dioxide into Earth's atmosphere, which leads to global warming. Besides, landfilling is doing more damage than we can think. It's polluting our ground level water, which is a major source of drinking water. Health crisis.
This is the reason why the global waste management market is in high demand. A business report conducted by the World Bank predicts that the global waste management market size is projected to reach up to 542.7 billion USD by the year 2026.
Actually, I'm not surprised by the projection of the waste management market. There are so many solutions out there. So let's get to them and start telling our audience how telematics can help avoid this global crisis.
Yes, absolutely. The telematic industry is known for its real time telemetry data. And why is that important? Because with real time data, business will know where their waste collection vehicles are at any given point of time. They'll also know their ground crew is being productive or not. And lastly, having access to real time alerts Means admins will be able to detect delayed waste collection and take actions on it.
Yes, that is a great way to enlist the advantages of real-time data. But also, with real-time data, admins will get complete transparency. We can simplify waste management for businesses as they will able to track their crew as well as vehicles at each and every stage, right from the collection point till the processing unit.
Also, like we already mentioned, the waste management business is a competitive one. Reducing unnecessary costs and getting higher ROIs is necessary to thrive. That's why budgeting and tracking finances is crucial.
As you mentioned about budgeting, what better way to cut costs than optimizing your vehicle's collection route, right? With our telematics software solutions, waste management business will be able to plan short and efficient route, meaning they are not only saving time but also fuel cost.
Right. And it's not just vehicles, right? We also help these organizations get insights into their collection crews task. They can increase their productivity by following up with job reports and real-time updates.
Yes, they can also do that from different portals, not just admin but employees to get real-time insights. They get notified when job is assigned or missed, so they can act on it instantly. We also have a citizen app, which is very useful too, as people living around the industrial area can report improper waste management. This will further decrease the chances of river or ocean dumping.
Very well said, Meera. If people have an interface like this where they get all the information, it becomes very important for them to get the whole knowledge of how the activities are happening. So, as seen on the screen, a live tracking screen is especially designed just to monitor waste collection routes. We just don't track your vehicle or your crew, we actually track your waste. You can see collection points are marked by the dustbins. If you are wondering about the dustbin colors, then you're onto something. Red dustbin indicates missed collection points, so admins can take a note of it. Green dustbins indicated completed points, and blue dustbins are for the upcoming collections. From the live tracking screen, you can also get the real time information about where your vehicles are at any given time. Let's admit it, there is no collection without your vehicle. Playback vehicle routes and see if your drivers were idling or taking any other different route than expected. And not just that, you can also create geofences and use it to monitor specific areas. We have detailed area reports that would be explained by Meera lately in the webinar. Our FM platform is intuitive to use and is created to save time. Do you know what I like about it the most? It's the fact that an admin can create a job in seconds and monitor it in real time. Assign collection points, and our FM platform will help you create optimized route. We also get you insights into job start and end time. So we help you track your crew, your garbage collection vehicles, and areas of interest. But we won't stop there. We are determined to give you maximum visibility. So you can track individual dustbins too. The status of the dustbin can be known using QR codes and RFID tags. And after the whole collection process are completed, you can also get insights into the total weight of the collected waste. For that, Weightbridge data can be integrated in our FM platform, and its analytics can help identify unusual waste quantity. So, this data can help reduce disputes and add transparency to payment processes as well.
Very well put, Amisha. Like Amisha mentioned, with our fleet management platform, you will get a stream of necessary data and analytics. But don't worry, we have got tools for you to organize your data and use it to increase your overall profit and productivity. Let's begin with fleet activity. This will help you to understand how your fleet is operated. This analytic help you to determine your fleet maintenance schedule. With the right type of scheduling, you will not only save money but increase vehicular performance. Next is job summary report. Amisha talked about the job module, and as she said, it is perfect for monitoring individual jobs. But we all know that admins don't have that much time, and having your eye on multiple jobs might be crucial. For the purpose, we present you the job summary report. You can access current or historical report and see the percentage of job completed. This will help you to understand how well your crew is performing. Not only that, you will be able to address unfinished jobs in good amount of time. Next, we have expense report. Tracking expenses will help you to identify avoidable cost. Use that information to cut down operational costs in a competitive market. Handling your finances better than the rest may give you a greater competitive edge and help you to increase your profit. Our next report is for alerts. It does make sense to have access to real-time alerts, but you also need a report for these alerts so you can always go back and check them. Doing so, you will help to understand if there is a certain violation that is your crew keep repeating, or you can also check particular collector or a driver who is constantly delaying their task. Alerts reports and chart will help you to identify productivity patterns. And if you understood this well, can definitely improve your waste collection operations. Next is fuel and tire reports. Tracking fuel or tire status is associated with finances. There is no argument there. Knowing fuel analytics like fuel drain, fuel refills can help you to identify fleet mileage. Fleet mileage can be increased through better driving patterns. And not just that, knowing when a fleet needs to be refueled will help you to plan your job better, meaning you will be able to eliminate delays caused by an empty tank. With tires, you all know that driving with poorly inflated tires is a huge risk. Knowing and tracking tire temperature and pressure will help you to make your vehicle safe. I guess I was saving last for the best because we have area reports. What are the area reports? I'm sure you may not have heard about this in context of fleet management platform. So let me help you here. Area reports are useful for monitoring specific areas like waste processing facilities. It might be a hospital or an industrial waste outlet, meaning every time your vehicle enters or leaves this area, you will get notified. Isn't this another great way to track your crew and vehicle productivity, Amisha?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Meera, for simplifying the whole reports for us. And I think now we all have a better understanding of how to use these reports for our advantage. Now, since such great things were said about our solution, I want to do a quick recap so our audience can remember them even after the webinar. So we started by talking about our job modules, which can help you monitor waste collection trips and even ensure collection of toxic or medical waste. You can increase productivity of your crew using our alerts and job summary reports. Quickly identify time or money wasting behaviors and curb them from greater productivity and profits. Take corrective actions with the help of alerts. We understand that timely collection for industrial solid waste and medical waste is important. Know when your crew misses a checkpoint and address it before it's too late. Improve transparency with our live tracking screen and streamline waste collection and disposal, thus positively affecting our environment. Proper waste management can reduce the harmful effect of industrial manufacturing. And lastly, save a fortune by tracking expenses with our expense module. So we understand the whole working of the FM platform. So now I would love to share some information like where this looks like in business benefits. So Uffizio shortly started serving the waste management industry, and yet it has successfully tracked about 3,500 plus garbage collection vehicles. Yes, that's true. We are also currently monitoring 7,000 trips per day and are able to address all concerns or issues associated with these trips instantly. For this, we have different reports, we have the alerts, along with that, the live tracking screens give all the information that's needed. A survey of our clients showed that there was almost 83% increase in the collection of waste. This was primarily due to our platform's ability to provide glitch-free real-time data. And yes, of course, we cannot forget the tech support team who helps us out if there is any problem. The biggest advantage that our clients felt was the reduction of fraudulent activities like idling or skipping collection routes. Increasing visibility meant increasing productivity. And all of our clients have experienced this. So you can see we have a lot got from this platform. So now to before jumping to the Q&A session, we have a poll. You would be seeing a question on your screen. Please do answer them, and you would be getting a 30 seconds window to answer the question. The question is, which of the following FM platform feature is most important for efficient medical or industrial waste management? The options are job tracking, employee tracking, real-time alerts, monitoring waste quantity. Hope you have answered the question. So from the result that we have, 42% people believe that job tracking is the necessary feature on the FM platform. 26% people feel that real-time alerts can be the feature that's been most efficient for medical and industrial waste management, and 32% people think that monitoring waste quantity is the feature. Now it's time where I and Meera would be addressing the live questions asked. So over to you, Meera.
Thank you so much. I would like to address some of the questions. And the industrial waste, how the factory managed can know whether the waste is collected from their premises or not. This is an interesting question to answer. As we already mentioned in our webinar, through point of collection and geofencing, we can mark that territory from where we have to collect the garbage. And as soon as vehicle enters or exits from that area, we will get notification for jobs.
Based on which parameter the route deviation will be considered? I mean, based on distance or duration. So that would be based on the distance and even the routes that you have already defined for this vehicle. You can see even that you would be notified if the other route is being selected. There is another question, how the system helps save money with the help of weighbridge integration. So the industrial waste is totally depending on the total amount of waste generated. So they get the payment based on the quantity. Here, many of the drivers, what they do is they add big stones to the garbage. So the actual amount is mismatched. And when it re-goes for segregation, there we get the actual amount of waste data. So if we have the weighbridge integration, we would get this information priorly when the waste collection was done. The
Thank
next
you,
question. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you for answering that. So next question would be how the waste collectors will able to scan the QR code to mark task completion, right? So as we already mentioned that from RFID devices, RFID tags would be there on bins. So as soon as vehicle pass or collect that particular bins or site, that will mark as a collected and it will show as a color change. Like for example, green. If there is a pending of that beans from collection, that will be shows as red, and for upcoming dustbins it will shows as blue. So we will get to know through scanning of that QR code particular which is established on that beans. You will know or get notified that collections point has been covered or not.
The next question is, how would we know how many dustbins have been collected? Okay, so the collected dustbins would be marked as green by the color. So even on the live tracking screen, you would be getting a tab that's been titled as collected or completed bins. So from there, you will get the whole information. Okay, so I guess that was all the questions that was being asked by our clients. We have some predefined questions as well that were being asked in the whole procedure of giving the platforms to different industries and different waste collection companies. So the questions are like how the system. So sorry. Um, if we provide a solution in medical waste collection, and what will be the accuracy to know the medical waste is properly disposed of? So with the help of predefined routes and fixed start point and end point, the task will get completed only if it is disposed at it is defined disposal sites only. Mira, do you have any questions, as you also serve many of the companies?
Yes, absolutely. Some of our client has always worried about, a transparency of their vehicle drivers, right? So we do have a application where drivers can get notified for their, jobs. If there is any deviation in the route, manager can assign different tasks or different route to drivers, and driver get notified if anything missed in between one point to another point. And if there is any driver nearby to that point, they will automatically route assigned to that particular driver, and we can collect the waste from that in given amount of time.
So I guess that's all the questions that we have. Um, one more question that I guess we have is from Alia Khan. How would we know driver has reached hospital at what time? I guess, Mira, can you answer this question?
Sure, definitely. We can mark different hospitals as a geofence, and as soon as vehicle enters to that area, notification pops up at mobile application as well as on web to driver and to manager. So with the timestamp of that particular enter of geofence, you will get to know at what time a driver reaches to that particular hospital.
Oh, thank you so much, Mira. We have another question from Gaurav Tumatkar. What about area where there is no mobile network coverage? Will your solution work? So, yes, sir, the device have a memory to store, and once it's in the network coverage area, we would be getting all the information. And that trip, you can go through the vehicle playback, and you can get the routes as well as the completed points information. So, I guess that's all for today. So thank you so much, guys, for being a patient listeners to us and being for this whole webinar. I truly appreciate your time, and even it was amazing connecting with you. If you have any other questions, you can mail us with the mail ID provided on the screen.
Thank you so much for spending your evening with us. If you have any questions related to industrial, medical, or household waste, you can email us.
Thank you so much. Have a good day and stay green. Always think about the Mother Nature, and we would be meeting again in the next webinar. Thank you so much.